Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you guys enjoyed the Super Bowl. Today we're going to talk about the 1962 Topps baseball set and its errors. And, well, there's a lot. I had to make a lot of notes here, and I went into 2 pages with a small font. I'm going to be passing over a bunch of them. I'll just kind of mention, but I won't go into a ton of detail because you might fall asleep. But the 1962 Topps set, it is a famous one. It's got that wood border that it's famous for. And also kind of famous for being condition sensitive. I actually made another video about this, talking about some green tint errors and this Hal Renniff mystery card, I guess you can say. Well, he has a few different card numbers on there, or a few different cards for one card number. It's really weird. Go check out that video when you get a chance. The green tints are an important part of this set. And if you are going to collect the whole set of 1962 Topps, you have to get those green tints as well. Normally this set has 598 cards in it, with the green tints and variations, with some photo variations, like different poses. There's like 689 cards total. It's pretty crazy. It's about $8,000 book value for the complete set, or $10,000 book value for the complete set with all the other variants like the green tints. Green tints don't really command extra value, and there's several different photo variations within those green tints, including a Dodgers card 132. Dodgers team card. It has inset photos, so it's considered a green tint because they went back and they used the same picture with slightly different cropping. You can see how it's slightly different, but then there's these weird inset photos where they inserted like other players that weren't in the group photo. So kind of interesting one there. Notable cards in this is the number 200 Mickey Mantle, $800, high book value. Lou Brock's rookie number 387 is in this set at $250. And probably the most famous card, one of the most famous cards in the set is the number 1 Roger Marist. Comes in at a $250 high book value. It's actually gone down over time. I purchased the card when it was really cheap. Well, pretty cheap. Then it went up, and then it kind of came back down a little bit. But, of course, Roger Maris is in here as not a Hall of Famer, but he hit the baseball home run single-season record, beating Babe Ruth with 61 home runs. He was awarded card number 1, and as a result, that card is like his most valuable one. So that's a cool one. Roger Maris kind of holds a lot of value anyway for not being a Hall of Famer, so kind of a cool guy. All right, let's get started. I just want to say that there are about 20 date of birth errors, and I'm not going to list them. So just like in the previous early 60s, late 50s, whatever, Topps cards, they had a real problem with date of births. I will mention one of them was Hobie Landreth, number 279. His date of birth was 1930. They have it listed as 1950, which is really funny because these cards were for the 1961 stats, so he would have been 11 years old when he was put on the card. Obviously, that was an error. They got it wrong by not 1 but 2 decades. I thought that was kind of funny. And one more date of birth error I'll mention here is the Art Fowler, where they have his date of birth. It should be 1922. But it's actually a double error on that card because it says that he was with the Dodgers in 1960 when it should have been 1959. So in the narrative there, just an extra error, double error cards. I like those. That was not corrected. And all of these cards are uncorrected unless I say so. I think there was a checklist that was corrected. So other than that, everything else is uncorrected. So let's get started. We're going to go down the list kind of quick here. Okay, Sandy Koufax, number 5. Well, he's a cool guy. Hall of Fame pitcher. Jewish. Awesome pitcher. In the back, it says he struck OW 18. OW should be out. They left the T off it. Number 15, Dick Donovan. He's not a southpaw. Number 19, Ray Washburn. The cartoon says his ERA was 2.31. It was 2.34. Close. Number 32, John Roseborough. It says he had 7 years with the Dodgers. It was actually 6. Number 33, Don Larson. He was traded in December of 61. It was actually November of 61. Okay, big whoop. Jim King, number 42, says he had played in Double A baseball in 1954 when it should be the Western League. So two different things. Ralph Terry, number 48, his winning percentage says 4.95. Well, that's not real. It's 0.495, so just under 50%. Hal Jones, number 49, played in 12 games. It was the corrected amount. Number 59, 1961 American League strikeout leaders has Pizarro on the front with 2 Z's and 1 R. Well, they got them backwards there. It should be 2 R's and 1 Z. Just spelling error is the last name. They did not correct that one. Number 66, Kuno Barragon. Misspelt his last name. Should be O-N, not A-N on the end. Number 99, Boog Powell. Am I saying that right? Okay. Kind of a household name in baseball. Boog Powell. First year in the major leagues was at 19 years old. Actually should have been 18. Well, that's kind of an interesting fact there. He was a young fellow. Number 127, Pride of the A's. So you got this this card here showing 3 different players. It has the 12th line on the back says it should be finishing with a 293 mark, but it says 294. That's it. Number 134, Billy Hoft, has a 2.02 ERA, but in the narrative or down in the numbers as 2.04. So that was wrong. It kind of contradicts itself on the card there. Gene Conley, number 187. He was with the Braves for 6 years, not 5. And he was going to play in the NBA, like as a National Basketball Association, excuse me. But it says ABL. So that's the wrong basketball league that they thought he was playing with. Eddie Casco, number 193. He broke in with the Cardinals in 57, not in 1958, as it says on the back. Joe Torre, well, we know him. He's a Hall of Famer. Number 218. He had a 376 batting average in AAA, but it should be 342. So they give him a better batting average than he should have been. That's kind of a cool error on for his sake. Number 227, Bobby Tiffenauer. He won 27 games. But he actually only won 21. So, again, a mistake in his favor. And he played in 64 games that year, not 68. So, 2 different errors on that card. Dale Long, number 228, had 135 RBIs, not 116. Juan Pizarro, number 255, never played for Cincinnati. So, that's kind of interesting. On the back, it actually says he played for Cincinnati, and it's just not right. Dick Ellsworth, number 264, his winning percentage says 3.86, but it should be 0.386. So just, again, a decimal in the wrong place. Dave Hillman, number 282, he pitched 5 years with the Cubs, not 3. Jerry Lumpy, number 305, batting average should be 293, 356. Tom Haller, 61 RBIs in Tacoma. He only hit 20. Well, why did they give him that many? Well, they made a mistake. They got the numbers wrong on that one. 359, Bob Locke. And it should be, when it says in 1956 leading, well, they have a different year there. It should be 1956. That's in the narrative there. You'll have to see the back of the card to see what I'm talking about. 371, excuse me, Earl Batty. Second line says 1955. But it actually says 1957. 55 is the correct one. Also in the narrative. Bill Mazeroski, a minor, quote unquote, Hall of Famer. Card number 391. Says he came up in 1955 from the minors. Well, it should have been 56. What'd they do? Hammer and Hank, 394. Rest in peace. He hit 393 against the Yankees in 1953. Talking about the World Series. It should be 1957. So they got several years wrong on that one. 408. Gus Bell. Should have been after 9 seasons. That's also in the narrative on the back. 423, Rival Aces. A few little errors on this one. Someone really had some time on their hands researching this one here. It says on the back that they faced the 8th year when it should have been the 9th. And in 56 and 60, it says 68, but it should be 56 and 58. So they got the years wrong on the stats for Face. Roy Face, I think is his first name. The next one is 434 Clay Dal Rumple. We've seen him before. He hit 270 with the Phillies, but it should have been 272. You know what? Let it slide. It's not that big of a problem there, but it was an error nonetheless. All these going uncorrected. Jim O'Toole, number 450. He was not a right-hander, as it says on the back. 458 Bob Buell. Okay, so this one's kind of cool. So this is one of those where they were traded in the end of the season there, and it has the wrong team logo on his cap. So there's actually a couple of variations. So not really in the uncorrected error category. It's a variation where one he has the M on the cap, and the other one just has it wiped out. So there's an M, and then it's wiped out for Milwaukee, I guess. And then they did the same thing with 462 Willie Tasby, where there's a W on the cap, and then it's wiped out. So there's two variations. Those actually brought in a couple dollars. I didn't write down the value of them. Number 467, Chuck Schilling. This is an all-star card. He scored 87 runs, but it was actually only 87 that year. So what did he? Got one wrong difference. Cleet Boyer. Now, this is the weirdest card. Okay, so I made a video about reverse negatives, and this card was on there. And, well, I'll throw up a scan of it here. But this one, if you look it up, it's considered an error on some sources, where Cleet Boyer is a batting lefty when he is a right-handed batter. And so the first thought that comes to your mind is, oh, okay, so it's a reverse negative, which did happen, like with the 57 Hank Aaron would be the most popular one around that time. But the problem with this picture is that the letters on his cap are not reversed. The New York are not reversed. So I don't see how this is an error at all, but I definitely want to include in this video because people consider it's an error. But he's just batting lefty for the camera, not batting right. And there you have it. Not actually an error. Cleet Boyer, one of the Boyer brothers. Charlie Maxwell, number 506. Charlie's misspelt. So it says, actually has both on there. So on the front and the back is spelled differently. One with an EY, one with an IE to end his name. Jack Davis, number 521. This is his rookie card. He's listed as a pitcher on the back, but he's not. Lindy McDaniel, 522. It says he has brothers with the Cardinals, but he only has one that plays with the Cardinals. 524, Howie Nunn. Started with 62 with the Mets, not 61 as it's listed on the back. Gene Oliver, number 561, first hit with St. Louis. So it says that he hit his first hit was a home run against St. Louis, but he played with St. Louis. So they just got the kind of the wrong wording there, but you get the idea because his first hit was a home run. That was pretty cool. Marty Kutina, number 566, and the narrative says he won 34 games. Should have been 35. Number 589, Bob Turley. Lifetime strikeouts was 1,118. Now, that's a lot of strikeouts, right? But that's correct. It should have been 1,118, but the narrative says his lifetime was 111. So they literally left off a whole digit. Poor guy. All right, let's back up to 392, Ken Boyer. So the other Boyer brother says his 329 average on the first line. It says 392, but it should be 391. Man, someone's got time on their hands if they're going to worry about, that small of an error, but it's an error nonetheless. It's got a couple checklist errors. Checklist number 22. So this one's kind of cool. This one is actually a corrected error in the set, where on the front it's card number 1 through 32, and on the back it is 121 to 176. So they really messed up on that one. They just completely got the numbering wrong on the back. Well, they did come back and correct that. The corrected, of course, should be 33 through 88 on the back. So that was the one they corrected. Another checklist error was the third series one, where it has the 3 before and after the comma. I got both versions here, where it has checklist 3, and then it has this checklist comma 3. So 2 different variations as it's listed on the front there. I'll throw up a copy of that one, a scan of that one for you. And that was considered a variation, not actually an error. And there's a couple weird things going on with this card number 562. I don't have one. The 7th series checklist, the boxes where the checklists are should be white, right? Well, they actually made yellow boxes. So they made white boxes and yellow boxes. So those are variations. And there's also a third one that's been reported where the boxes, where your checklist, whenever you find your player, you check them off, are slightly higher. So there's 3 different variations of this card of the 7th series. I don't think Beckett recognizes the high boxes. As a matter of fact, I know they don't. So, but that's something that's out there. It's kind of cool. But none of them really command any extra value. So that is it for the errors of the base set, the checklist, and date of birth. There's like 20 of those. I didn't list all of them there. You would be bored to tears. Most of them were just getting actually all of them were getting the year wrong, but the birth date, day and month correct. So go figure on that one. So man, there's a lot of errors in this set there. What do you guys think about the 1962 top set? I really like this set. It's one of the first ones of vintage that I collected. And I've done a video about this before, so go check out that other green tint mystery video. I forget what it's called, but it's another video I made prior about this set. So guys, thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy out there. And I hope you guys are liking and subscribing, and we'll see you next time.